Hi, I'm Nikki and this is GSTV. Welcome back. This week's question we have from Julie in Auckland. Thank you, Julie. Are children affected the same as adults, and how would I know if they were? Okay, really good question. Yes, they are affected the same as adults, and in fact probably more so. Children and animals, in fact, pets are a really good barometer to find out whether or not you are being affected by geopathic stress. So kids aren't going to notice, or be told by society, oh, this is some strange thing that I've never heard of before, or I can't see it, so how can I be affected? Believe me, if your baby is being affected, they're going to let you know. They'll be crying, they won't settle, they'll wake up feeling, irritable, they'll move around in their bed, they'll be really uncomfortable, they could have nightmares, they would grind their teeth, many other symptoms, and then as they get older, things like ADD, learning difficulties, obviously the bedwetting as well. They can go on to things like allergies, as I say, eczema, psoriasis, and child leukemia, all sorts of things like that. And scarily, I hate to mention the things like child leukemia, but they are extreme cases where geopathic stress is affecting a child, and that's been found in studies all around the world. Now the great thing is, if you can have a dowser come and check your house, or indeed give it a try, move your location, move things around. I don't mean move house, I mean move the bed. See what happens. I had a story of a friend of mine that when her children were little, when I had my first daughter, she had twins and they didn't sleep through the night. In fact, it got to the point where we thought she was Supermum, because she was up every night with these children, night after night after night, in fact year after year, and they just didn't settle. She kind of thought it was their lot that they just didn't like settling, and got to the point where she just thought that they needed their brains stimulated, they needed to be interactive, and they were wanting to be up and playing. From what I know now, and after years and years of research and study, obviously their location at the time, they were both being affected. Now, how can they both be affected? Well, there was obviously the layout of the house, the energy lines went through both beds. That's why it's important to have someone come and check your dowsing and check your house. Otherwise, you might remove things around and actually could jump out of the frying pan and into the fire. Many years later, they started school, and she said, look, they're finally sleeping through the night. Great. If they needed to be stimulated, they started school, they also moved house. So hence the reason that they started sleeping through the night was actually new location. There's many other things and signs that you might recognize, children especially, things, ADD, as I say before, ADD, learning difficulties. Don't go filling these kids filled with drugs or anything to help them sleep. Rather than doing that, maybe we need to look at location first before we look at medication. Location instead of medication sounds like a pretty cool idea. We are enjoying all the questions coming through. Thanks, keep those piling in, and I look forward to being able to answer the next questions in the next few days. In the meantime, you have a fantastic week, and don't forget, the secret is clear energy.